Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're looking into the murder of Tonya Teske, or Teske, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, and it says her death is a cold case from Bonneville County, Idaho, August 1997, and that her body was callously dumped near the Yukon exit at the tender age of 18. She had led a rough life, leaving high school early and catching rides with truckers around the western states in her last years. So, and this was from 2016 when they posted this. So, and then we go to Reddit, and I always look to try to find something interesting on Reddit. And then I found this one, and it's from Maddie Kate a year ago, and it says, "Hello, I'm back with another cold case from the Gem State. This week, I'll be discussing a little-known unsolved death in Idaho. I will warn you that there is a lot of info out there about this case, so this may be a shorter write-up." It says she was 18 years old and she came from the tiny town of Shoshone, Wyoming. Born to parents, Jerry and Kathy, it appears she had at least one older brother who was several years older than her. She appeared to have lived a rough life. While the details are not known, she apparently got in trouble on a regular basis as a teenager. She dropped out of high school in 1995 and began hitchhiking across the mountain west. And it said they really wish they could talk about Tonya as a person, but unfortunately there is just nothing out there that portrays her as anything other than a troubled woman. To highlight this, the only photo available of her is a mugshot taken April 1997 after she was caught forging a $50 check at a Pizza Hut in Utah County, Utah. She had reportedly several times severed ties with her family at this point. The last time she had contacted her parents was January 1997, she says. It says the last confirmed sighting of Tonya alive was 10 p.m. on the night of August 13, 1997. She was carrying a large green suitcase and a brown shoulder bag. She was at the Cinnamon Lodge truck stop near Four Corners and Gallatin County, Montana. She was questioned by L.E. for trying to solicit sex over a CB radio, reportedly telling truckers where to meet her and if they wanted to get together and have some coffee. She reportedly told the police that she was joking. L.E. also realized that she had an outstanding warrant for forgery in Utah, but they let her go because they did not feel like extraditing her due to her being a minor, or it being a minor charge. On August 15, 1997, a truck driver and his wife found a naked body of a young woman laying on the grassy ramp slope off the southbound entrance of U.S. Highway 20 near Yukon, Idaho, which is located in Bonneville County near Idaho Falls. The couple reported these findings to LE, and they went to investigate the body. She remained at John Doe for 10 days, and a sketch of the body's face was distributed to truck stops across the Mountain West. A toxicology report was conducted. While there was no obvious wounds on her body, L.E. believes that it was a homicide based on the way the body was found. However, it was later confirmed that there was evidence of a sexual assault on her body. But first, the main question was the name of this young woman, and they give her height and weight. 10 days later, the coroners confirmed the identity. Whoa, my computer's going crazy. So, 10 days later, they confirmed the identity of the Jane Doe was Tonya Teske, or Tusk. Her family was notified, and the focus was now on solving the cause of her death. Who was responsible? But, so then she mentions there are some different things that could have happened. But if you go to East Deseret News in East Idaho, it has online, and I don't like going to these sites because sometimes they have ads, and the ads pop up and they make my voice cut in and out and the computer recording cut in and out. But it says that investigators from 4 western states said that they have found possible links between the death of that woman and several unsolved killings in the region from that decade. So, and officials met from Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, and Nevada and compared several cases and found a number of similarities. They determined that a number of the homicides are probably of a serial type killing. I don't know if it's one serial killer or a couple of them, but you know, you really don't think that you're going to have all these dead bodies and they're going to be done by all these different people who are going to kill them in a similar way. So it's probably only one serial killer or maybe a few different ones. But so it said the body of her body was found last August in Bonneville County at a highway on-ramp near Yukon. The cause of her death was never given, but authorities have treated it as a homicide. Since shortly after her death, investigators have been trying to determine whether her killing might also have murdered 7 other women in Nevada, Utah, and Wyoming. All the victims were found near the Interstate 15, 80, and 90 and appeared to have been dumped after death, and all showed signs of physical and sexual abuse. So, and all the women were said to have hitchhiked often and traveled with truck drivers. Most were in their 20s, or 30s, and most died of multiple gunshot wounds or strangulation. So, and there might have been other similarities that they're not mentioning as to what they did to them before or after they killed them. That makes them think that they're related. Because I think that people think that sometimes murderers think that, oh, if I do it in this state and that state and it's not in the same county, then maybe they won't find out. But now with the internet and things like that, it's easier for people to find out things like that. So, and then the cameras, there's cameras on the on-ramps in different places now too. And this person says that it's their cousin. I don't know if it's really their cousin, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And they said she was rebellious and strong-willed. Growing up, she loved to write plays, and they would act them out for their parents and their grandparents. She was very creative and loved art. Her parents moved often. Their grandparents tried to help by buying the family several houses, and they would just move and sell them again. And they don't think Tonya stayed in one school for very long and stopped visiting the family farm where they grew up around the time she was 16. She would call, write letters, every now and then, it says, but she moved around a lot, and it said she did have an older brother that she would stay with on occasion. Same mom, different dad, who was a trucker, and it says he didn't have anything to do with her disappearance, but she did hitchhike with truckers often and may have started that when she visited him. She wanted our grandparents to pay for an apartment when they informed her that she could stay with them instead and they would pay for her to go to school. She made some hurtful comments before leaving, and they believe that was the last time the grandparents saw her. They refused to talk about it. Her older brother always had his speculations about what happened, but she says that he's a compulsive liar, so she has a hard time believing him. But I don't know him personally, so I'm not going to judge him, so I don't know. And it says that they do believe she was murdered. Well, of course she was murdered. Unfortunately, she was prostituting herself and regularly hitchhiking with truckers, so it's hard to say who murdered her. Our family was also unaware of her death for a couple of weeks since her mom didn't report her as missing. I believe her teacher or employer identified her. It breaks my heart that she died alone and probably scared. All she wanted was to be loved and have family. And that's horrific because she was so young. She's only 18, and now she doesn't have the chance to start doing better, the chance to decide that she wants to change her life because her life is taken from her. So anyway, don't forget to stop and pray for the families of this young girl and her loved ones and people who loved her and lost her, and that it's I'm sure it's breaking their heart over the years that she's gone, and they probably all go back and think, wow, if only I would have done something different. Even the police officers probably stop and think, wow, wish we would have arrested her and sent her back so she would be alive. People always question things and want to go back and change things, and they can't. So, and please feel free to leave comments on what your thoughts and opinions are, and I appreciate you viewing my channel so much, and thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.